for longer periods improved massively from the team that played at the Halliwell Jones earlier in the year. Playing Curry at standoff was a mistake and should have started Morgan Smith. We looked a better side when he came on. Gidley's sin binning was a joke, as was Kerman's.
Kerman's been charged, hasn't he? But Gidley hasn't, I think.
I'm going to watch the Super League show in a bit and see what the crack was with this.
The Super League show will have finished by the time we finish this show today.
That's a very good point. It's on in a few minutes, isn't it? Brian Davies said, excellent first half from Trim, both in attack and defence, 24-6 at half time. Second half did really well to scrap back into it after White got on a roll with 3 successive tries. Real spirit in this Wakey side, and great to finish with a try after Max Jarrett spotted Kevin Penny limping and put a kick in just behind him for Trim to score. Top 4, here we come. Well, you never know. Tail around there, Mark.
Well, the most metres in a round so far this year was made in total at the best metres per carry average all year as well. So lots of free running from the sides this week. Also, though, the most missed tackles in a round in 2016. So, give with one, take away with the other.
First he giveth, then he taketh away. Okay, and what does all that mean for our predictions at Super Brew and Dream Team statistics, Mark?
This is just all about taking away, to be honest, from my perspective. 4 of 6 for you, Tom. Your winning run continued because I only made a woeful 2 of 6 this week. In the Super Brew, where all of that means more, Elliot Wrench still leads the way. Last year's winner, Darren Garner, is now up to 2nd place, though. However, it was Tyler Casvan who wore the yellow cap this week. And Sean Bruiser Orton takes home the spoon. Sean set up a State of Origin Super Brew pool for anyone who wants to jump in on that. You only have to make 3 predictions there, so it's not time-consuming and...
That's tricky.
Yeah, Carl Hadfield tops the Dream Team League now at the moment. Another Leeds Rhinos fan, though. In a week that had some big scoring across the board, really. Abby Marsden with 768 got the best weekly score.
Massive.
Although when I checked it, you were in 10th and you said now you're in 11th.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure if some scores were maybe not added on.
Possibly so.
When we checked. But anyway, either way, great scoring from Abby, and I'll remember to do some transfers because I'm not having this fucking you getting up on me.
I'm about 180 points behind you, Mark.
Yeah.
Pegging you back. Okay, let's look at some results from elsewhere in the world of rugby league then. Into the Championship, it was round 13. That saw Sheffield taking on Workington, losing at home by 30 points to 37 against the Cumbrians. It was Whitehaven 16, Dewsbury Rams 36. Batley Bulldogs with 32 points to 16 winners over the Halifax Blue Sox. Featherstone Rovers took a 42 points to 18 win over the London Broncos. It was Oldham Ruffians 14, Lee Centurions 56, and the Bradford Bulls put in 10 tries over lowly Swinton with a 54 points to 8 victory. Richard Tornoff got in touch with us. He said poorly officiated by another Lee referee. Swinton came to spoil and try and beat up the Bulls, but we played well and came away with the points. Rowan Smith will be happy with the result, but please get us a scrum half for the tougher games.
We got all the way through to the last game of the Championship round to have a referee comment. Oh no, we didn't. We had some failure ones, didn't we, from Dice? So
to be fair, I listened to this on the radio, and it was a young referee who'd come up from sort of amateur, getting one of his, and he did lose control. There's a couple of Swinton players that came on just to starting and stuff, and the lads lost a little bit of control, but the referee could have got control of it, and he did in fact send, I think it was Danny Addy sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes.
Right.
So he was binning people, but I think he could have been dealt with it quicker earlier.
The Batley Halifax result was probably the most significant, but the standout result this week was Workington winning away at Sheffield. It's only their 2nd win of the season, and Sheffield must be regretting going full time, unless some of the younger players that have obviously got a much more of a grounding now are going to come onto something next year. This is it's nuts.
Crazy, isn't it?
London were the only team in the top 4 to lose, and it stays as you were with Lee top from London and Bradford with Fev in 4. Batley though leapfrog Halifax into 5th in the chase for the top 4.
Fantastic. Into League One, it was round 8 of the League One league season. London scores were 26 to 46 losers against Newcastle. Coventry were beaten at home 20 points to 32 against Doncaster. We got a couple of reports in on this one. Mark Dixon got in touch. He says 20-32 the scoreline, but the Bears were in the game throughout. Much better performance from the Bears from when I saw them earlier this season. A good game to watch, and the crowd crowd seemed up on things from my last visit. Bears moving in the right direction.
Did he spot Brian in the crowd in the SLP jersey? That's what we need to know.
Yes, we need to find that out, don't we? He was wearing it with pride. And Brian Davies got in touch and said, a great afternoon in the sun at my 14th rugby league ground of the year. Too many individual errors prevented the Bears from building pressure on the more experienced Dons who had Izu and Palliacina in their side. God, can you imagine reading those names on the team sheet? The future's
experience and size and abundance.
Absolutely. The future's looking good for Coventry, though, he says. Unexpected bonus was seeing Joe Batchelor, Alano coached as a youngster, making his semi-professional debut.
Wow.
Congratulations to young Joe Batchelor, then. Elsewhere in the league, then, Rochdale were 52 points to 24 winners away at Oxford. It was Huns at 24, Toulouse 46. Did you see what the Huns that fellow renamed the South Leeds Stadium in honour of Toulouse's visit? Le Stade de Sud de Leeds. Which made me chuckle. Keighley were 74 points to 6 winners over the Hemel Stags. It was South Wales 4, Barrow 44, and York City Knights and the North Wales Crusaders shared the spoils with a 16-point draw.
Yeah, the big standout one there is probably Toulouse winning away at Hunslet. Hunslet just having a poor year, but Toulouse getting these away wins is key. And a couple of the southern sides getting points in at least. London, Coventry and Oxford all being decent scorers in this round, but maybe not getting both facets of the game right, but it's positive stuff there. Rochdale stayed Rochdale stayed top and unbeaten. Toulouse in fourth of the other unbeaten side, but have played 2 fewer games. Keighley in second have the Leeds' best attack so far, though.
Okay, into the NRL then. It was St George Illawarra Dragons 16, Canberra Raiders 10.
Have I missed a game out of these?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, no. Mike Cooper got 152 metres. Gareth Widd also played for the victorious Dragons. Did you watch this one?
I saw bits of it. Yeah. Well, everybody only saw bits of it, didn't they?
But that was yeah. Good shout.
Okay.
Hodgson got 42 tackles and White had 58 tackles and a try assist for the Raiders. But it was more that nonsensical patter ball passing around that the Raiders got up to try and sort of make a play on the last player after the hooter had gone, and the Dragons took the ball in for a score when it just fell to ground nicely for them. Well, picked up difficult pickup actually, wasn't it? A bit of a juggle.
Yeah, took some doing.
Was it Ewan Aiken?
Ewan Aiken, yeah. Giant baby man.
Yeah.
Okay, Parramatta Eels lost 20 points to 22 against the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yeah, so Sam Burgess got 220 metres in, I would say, second best game after the game against the Roosters. In that game he was a bit more dynamic, but in this game he was relentless. He was a driving force. Tom Burgess started the game, he got 123 running metres as well. George Burgess played as well off the bench.
Okay, it was the Penrith Panthers 30.
Oh no, can I just go back to that one? Sorry, I did watch this one and watched it sober, which was a rare occurrence this weekend. I'm glad the Rabbits won this game because I was getting sick to the back teeth of the refereeing decisions being made all in favour of the Eels in some sort of attempt to go to chase some sort of fucking redemption story after the cheating bastards have been dropped to the bottom of the league. But now they could start getting points again, couldn't they, this week? Because after the Pete's offloading, and I was fuming because every fucking call. It was like I've never seen a more one-sided refereeing display. Really? I would say in the NRL anyway. It felt like to me, and I have a soft spot for the Rabbits because of the Burgesses, because of Maguire. But I'm no Rabbits fan, and this made me support them through this game and hope that they won.
Fucking hell. Fair enough. It was
sick of these redemption stories down under.
Yeah, they love it down there. It was the Penrith Panthers 30, New Zealand Warriors 18. The Melbourne Storm were narrow victors over the North Queensland Cowboys, 15 points to 14. The Manly Sea Eagles were beaten down in Sydney by the Brisbane Broncos, 30 points to 6.
Jack Reed played for the Broncos.
Fantastic.
Didn't do much though.
My Sharkies were 62 points to 0 winners up in Newcastle, and it was West Tigers 4, Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs 36.
James Graham grabbed 176 metres for the victorious Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
And your boyfriend's team, the Sydney Roosters, were beaten 26 points to 6.
Joe
Burgess, Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, Joe Burgess did play again. didn't get many touches of the ball from the numbers. I haven't watched the game back yet.
Fair enough. Okay, so what does that mean for the NRL, Mark?
Well, the Broncos sit top, but with the Sharks and Storm level on 16 competition points with them. The Dragons and Panthers are sitting at the bottom of the top 8. They're under threat in their position from the Raiders. The Knights stay bottom.
Okay, how have things been going down in Brentwood?
Well, there was tons going on in Brentwood. I would like to thank Aaron for dropping me a few gags about the about Basildon.
So a couple of those coming through, yeah. My
friend Sam married his wife now, Kerry. She's originally from Basildon, so a few lines to throw in for the family and stuff. And I was having a nice chat with Kerry's sister about the hilarious Basildon sign that they have when you're going into the town. That's kind of like a fake Hollywood type sign.
Did he really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
He sent us a picture. Check out the emails.
I will.
Yeah. Anyway, so the under-13s we'll start with.
I'll read more of the emails.
They played out a very close game in Brighton, which, no, it was directed to me, that one. I'll let you off not reading it, but I'm pointing you in the direction to look at the hilarious sign.
I shall.
A very close game in Brighton saw the Eels lose 32 points to 30 to the Sussex Merlins. The under-14s, they were at Tilsley Park in Abingdon for the Oxford Gold Cup tournament. Curtain raiser to the championship game we just mentioned, Oxford against the Hornets. The results were, the Eels' first game, they lost 10 points to 6 to the St Albans Centurions. They then hammered the Wessex Bears 28 points to 0 before going on to lose to the Oxford, I'm guessing the Cavaliers, 22 points to 0. That last game saw a broken wrist, a dislocated thumb and a big gash above the eye pouring blood for the Oxford boys in the first half, which Oxford took full advantage of that, running out deserved tournament winners as well. Obviously those injuries saw our mate Aaron miss the League One game and spend his afternoon down the local hospital getting his boys patched up, but that's what every good coach does at the amateur level, so good lad.
Okay.
The under-15s, they were up in Scarborough for the Leeds Rhinos Challenge. They were competing against some strong teams from the Heartlands. The results went as such. They were beaten 8 points to 4 by Dewsbury Moor. They defeated Upton by 16 points to 8 before losing to Waterhead Warriors 20 points to 8. They then beat Kipex Welfare 12 points to 4, lost to the Skirlaw Bulls 16 points to 8, the Ryland Sharks 12 points to 4, and the eventual tournament winners for a fourth successive year, West Hull, rounded out the Eels' day with a 24 points to 0 win over our Brentwood boys.
So they're more than stood up for themselves there.
Definitely, yeah. The under-17s, they had a hard day at the office against the unbeaten London Scholars. At that age group, they got spanked 72 points to 0. Unlucky for those lads, but obviously coming up against the Scholars side at that level. That point, yeah. And the open age side, unfortunately, their game against the St Ives Roosters was postponed.
That's a heck of a way to travel though, all the way to St Ives, isn't it? I wonder if they...
I hope it was called off before they set off.
I hope it was called off before they bumped into a man with 7 wives, otherwise that's probably why it was called off. They spent all that time trying to figure out what the fuck was in the sacks. Right, that's the world of rugby league well and truly covered. Let's look ahead now as we bring you our predictions for round 15, the Magic Weekend. Okay, so this weekend is Rugby League's big away day as Super League descends on the North East and heads back to St James's Park for the second year running mark. 2 days, a festival of Rugby League, and it all kicks off on Saturday afternoon as Salford take on Widnes. Not one for the purists necessarily. Well, not one of the bigger ties of the weekend, but important for both sides. Widnes are going to be looking to arrest their slide down the league. Salford are going to be looking to clamber back some of the points that they've had deducted from them. I fancy Salford in this one, to be honest with you. I think their performance against St Helens probably slightly undercooked, but Widnes are just dropping like the stone. I'm finding it really tough to find a reason to choose Widnes to win against anybody at the minute.
That's my issue too, finding a reason to pick Widnes.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago I said I think they'll go back to basics, they'll play a more simplistic game plan, they'll cut out the errors and they'll focus on defence, and it just seems like they haven't been able to come out the other side. So these things aren't truly happening for them anyway. So I can't find a reason to tip them, so I'm similar to you. My score prediction is 28-12. What?
I've gone 24 points to 12, so similar.
Similar, yeah.
Okay, the second game of the Saturday afternoon sees Warrington take on Castleford. Now, Castleford come in off the back of that tremendous victory over the Leeds Rhinos, and Warrington were narrowly defeated by Wakefield. And I think if this game was being played as a regular league fixture at one of the other teams' home grounds, then I might plump for Cass, but I just think on a neutral ground, with the week to sort of shake things off, Wire might pick themselves up. And I find it hard to pick against them, even though Cass are going well. I'm going to go 30 points to 20 in favour of the Wire.
I think Castleford, an entertaining side, will enjoy the big stage on this one. A big stage with no pressure. That's the thing about this.
True.
And I just think some of their skilled players will want to put on a show again. And I'm gonna throw it out there for Castleford for that reason and